people don't realize winning is fun, but the whole game is just so stressful.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. If I'm watching my kids play, I'm just watching basketball. But when it's the Mavs and it's the Western Conference Finals, it is nerve-wracking.
Hello, crypto lovers. Welcome back to Crypto Studio 247, where we regularly bring you expert views and opinions about the latest cryptocurrency updates. Do yourself a huge favor and watch this video until the end to not miss out on any important information. To learn about all the latest crypto trends. If Crypto Alpha is what you love, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification.
So NFTs are just collectibles. They just happen to be digital. You know, if you go to the Louvre in Paris and look at the Mona Lisa, 99% of people are just going to say, that's just a picture of some old lady. The advantage of it being digital are severalfold. One, you can't mess it up, right? You know, if you have a baseball card, if you have a poster, if you have an Andy Warhol piece of art, you know, there's always that chance that something's going to get screwed up. With an NFT, it's digital, so there's no risk. There's no risk when you sell it. There's no risk when you transfer it. You can transfer it immediately. So if you create an NFT or I create one and you want to buy it, it takes about 2 seconds for the transaction to happen. So there's no transfer risk. You don't have to worry about the quality. The beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Value is in the eye of the beholder. Demand is in the eye of the buyer. And so if you can create an NFT that has demand, then it's going to be worth something. 99% of NFTs that are created, like 99% of art, like 99% of music, like 99% of the people who say, oh, I could teach that Peloton class and get everybody rolling, right? It's not real, right? But for the 1%, the people who can do something special, then there's a real market for it. And that's where the NFTs get their value. With crypto, there's a lot of similarities with the stock market. There's an old saying that I've always had in the stock market that everybody's a genius in a bull market.
Yeah.
And it's the same with crypto. You know, when Ethereum and Bitcoin and some of the others are going up, everybody will tell you how smart they feel. But when they go down, you know, no one wants to say a word. And the reality is you have to look for the utility or the value of any investment that you make. You know, you have to say, why are people buying Bitcoin? In reality, Bitcoin, just like an NFT is a digital version of art, you know, we compared it to the Mona Lisa. Bitcoin is a digital version of gold. People like gold jewelry because, you know, it keeps a shine, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of reasons to love gold as jewelry. But if gold jewelry went away, the world wouldn't change. Yeah. You know, there's a scarcity factor. You can't just create it forever. And because of that, and because it's easy to transfer, it's easy in some cases to use for cross-border payments between people in different countries. People own Bitcoin, just like people buy gold. Now, you hear a lot of stories. Bitcoin is a hedge to inflation. Gold is a hedge to inflation. It's not. It's not. You know, we're having a lot of inflation right now. Bitcoin ain't going up. If you're buying Bitcoin, it's a store value. And like any store value, gold or otherwise, the price is based on supply and demand. When people are selling, more people are selling than buying, it goes down. When more people are buying than selling, it goes up. And again, that's not a whole lot different than the stock market either. Ethereum has some level of utility where you can use it for transactions. Most NFTs are bought and sold using Ethereum. So in order to buy a Bored Ape for 100 Ethereum, you have to go buy that Ethereum. And so the more demand there is for Bored Apes or the ape coin or whatever that's based on Ethereum, the more value Ethereum, the token, is going to have. And so when I look at any of my crypto investments, that's the first question I have. What is the core utility of it? People who aren't long-term investors, they just want to buy because they think it's going up. And so when a market loses those speculators, and we're losing a lot of them now because interest rates are going up. Yeah. Because if you know, when you had your choice of putting your hard-earned dollars in the bank and earning 0.1% interest, you're probably going to speculate more. But now that interest rates are going up, people are speculating less. Yep. And you can't borrow money to speculate as inexpensively, so they speculate even less. And as a result, stock prices are going down. Don't do it because someone told you it's hot, it's cool, it's, you know, it's the next big thing. That never works, right? Do it because you see a fundamental reason for it. it's because they're using it for something that creates value. The good news is there's a utility there. So I can say I'm offsetting my carbon footprint by buying them and burning them. And that creates value. The bad news is it's down like 99% because a lot fewer people are doing it. So even though in this particular case, it served a real purpose by allowing me to, burn carbon credits and offset my carbon footprint, not enough people are doing it. So the value still can go down. Anybody, as more people become more confident and comfortable with crypto, buying, Klima DAO token for $5, whatever, is a cheap way to do it. Or buying, some of the other tokens that are affiliated with carbon. It's a cheap way to do it and burn it, which I think, adds value to the token. So that's an example of utility.
What role do you think DAOs will ultimately play in Web3? I mean, and smart contracts.
Yeah, it's a great question. I look at DAOs and don't think of them so much as associated with Web3.
Okay.
I look at DAOs and say, okay, how can they change how people do business?
Right.
Right. And so one of the big things that's happening right now is, employees are starting to get a little bit more traction and having an impact at the companies that they work for, because at least as of now, there's more jobs than there are employees. And it's not hard to go, leave your job and find another job, possibly paying even more. And companies are having to pay more to keep good people. Employees are getting more and more power. And that power is an example of why DAOs may start to have an impact in startups going forward. I want them to participate more in how we govern the company. And so we're going to give them tokens, and we're going to post things so that they can vote on different business decisions. And so I think we're really just not even in the first minute of that industry and that happening. That's the future of DAOs, where it may be a better way to do a startup that allows your employees to be more participant and contribute ideas and vote on ideas and make it more democratic, more progressive, more democratic. Employers have got to recognize that their best employees are free agents. They always have options. And so, I think as companies are structured, you've got to be able to take that into account. And so the lawyer in you is probably saying, okay, how's that all work contractually and this and that? And all those things are still being figured out, but I think they will get figured out. The hard part is not the community, because there are a lot of communities out there. Some are bigger, some are smaller, some are more committed than. The reality is the challenge for content creators isn't the first buyer. Because if you've got enough followers on social media, if you've got enough people who really care about you, people will come in and you'll sell your first 100, 500, 1,000, sometimes even 10,000. But that's not the hard part in terms of being sustainable. The hard part is the second and third buyer. Right? So if I'm your biggest fan and you come out with an NFT that I just love, right, then that's great. I'll buy it. If there's nobody to sell it to, then the value, the floor goes to zero. And all of a sudden, everybody's upset. So the challenge becomes, how do you create that second, third, fourth order buyer that sees value in it? And it could be just the quality of the art. It could be because there's utility. That's one of the things the Bored Apes have done that's really smart, is they give you complete copyright access. You own the IP to that ape when you buy that Bored Ape. And that's really smart. And they came out with an ape coin. And I'm an investor with Daos, who invested in Hugo, who bought all the Bored Apes and all that. So
I love Guy. He runs with me.
Guy's awesome. Guy's awesome. And so I'll be clear on that, transparent on that. But at the same time, the hard part for them is creating ongoing utility. How do you get that? How do you give people that are the second or third or fourth buyer a reason to buy? And that's always the hard part.
Thanks for watching. Until next time, smash up the like button, leave a comment below, and we'll see you tomorrow, friends.